Tuesday. Today we got some fun stuff to talk about. Battery chemistry for sale, the Wyclef Jean EV, yes, I said it, and a 90-year-old company that is still crushing the competitors.
The people really want to know.
If any industry needs to hear about a 90-year-old company crushing competitors, it's this one.
It's this one. Let's go. Let's
go.
Oh,
man.
But man, yesterday, just track with us.
About to say that.
Yesterday, we had a little bit of free time, right? Which when Paul and I go free time mode, quote unquote free time mode, is we go into just designing cool things. And we were just designing and thinking through when we're going to be in Arlington. And we know we've been prepping this. We know we're going to have tickets and all the things live here soon. But you definitely want to reserve some time on the calendar for April 5th. And whether or not you live in Texas, like Dallas is easy to get to. It's an easy flight in and out.
It is.
And if you just want to book a flight, make sure you're there by 4 o'clock. You leave the next morning. You can be back in the store. Book a quick trip. Book an overnight, like in somewhere near Arlington or Dallas or Love Field or something like that. And we promise, we'll make it worth your time.
Look, there's an element of not being overwhelmed with getting too many inputs at once. And that's one of the things this regional tour that we're doing is trying to do. Like, how can you pick up some information, talk and meet and interact with some industry peers, some big players, some small players, some public groups, some all this stuff. We're trying to get the stew just right, but also have an entertainment factor. We're going to have a band on stage, and it's going to be just this night where you're going to go home learning something, having new relationships, and I think just feeling good and inspired about the industry you're in. And I don't know if you can put a price on that. We're going to put a price on it, but it's cheap. It's all under $100. Cheap. So under $100, we're going to have opportunities. I think maybe an offering that's under $50. So if you want to be there, be rubbing shoulders, have some fun, learn a little bit. The 4th, April 4th, it's coming out. Not April Fool's, April 4th. Thanks. I'm glad you brought that up. And when Kyle says we have free time, I think he means we don't have back-to-back meetings.
We don't have that's a better way.
That's really what he means when he has free. We're not running from one.
We don't have 7 Google Meet and Zooms back to back
per hour. All right, let's get into some news.
Let's go.
Starting in the next few months, Ford will begin selling EVs with 2 different types of battery chemistry for its Mach E. The current and more expensive lithium nickel cobalt is the one, lithium nickel. The other one is lithium iron phosphate. Okay, I'm even confused. So,
so you got
lithium nickel cobalt,
lithium nickel cobalt, manganese, which is like
can't say anything today.
Standard. And the new move is lithium iron phosphate, which is a less expensive, less dense chemical engagement.
We can speak English. The move is designed to combat increasing pricing pressure and will keep lower range vehicles less expensive overall. The phosphate batteries can be 30 to 40% actually cheaper due to the broad availability of iron and phosphate. They also charge faster. That's an interesting point. Due to their decreasing force, says they're more apt to be appropriate for vehicles that maybe are garaged and able to be plugged in every night, or they said fleet vehicles who like run a route and can charge every night, which is cool. Customers, though, won't have to worry about the chemistry selection or pronunciation, thankfully, because we can't even get it right. And they'll just simply decide between standard and long-range purchases. This isn't totally new technology, though. In 2021, Tesla began offering lithium iron phosphate batteries on their standard range models. Stellantis is going to be offering for EVs in Europe, and GM could add them to reduce costs as well. So it just seems like Ford is stepping up and finding a way to move that affordability needle overall.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Tesla did this 7 years ago. We should try it too.
No, not 7 years ago. 2021.
2021. But
Kyle, you're gonna make Ford upset.
I'm so sorry.
Ford, you need to know.
I will say,
we love you, and
love
it's all in good nature.
Because here you give us so much to talk about on a daily basis. It's wonderful.
If you take Ford out of the news mix, like every day, like Ford's doing something in the news. I'd rather
they either got a great PR department and or Jim Farley's just doing crazy stuff every single day. So, but this is smart, right? Because there are plenty of people that only need standard ranges. They don't need those long drives. They're really using this as a commuter type car, and they see it as a benefit. to be able to have the EV, but not have to pay for the long range capacities. So why not offer? This is where I think like we have to think not just in powertrains, but also in battery trains, right? Like as new options for any type of powertrain come out, like giving people options along the way. I think that's going to be the core option, the functionality of the OEM, and then software is layered on top of that as kind of the features and benefits of that layer of the vehicle, where software is a priority as opposed to hardware, and hardware is deepened in the powertrain as far as options said.
Yeah,
so
Ellie's commenting on the post. She's got the face palm emoji. I'm not exactly sure what part of the show that was about, but that's probably how most people go through the show listening to it. Like,
that's how I go through. I'm like, oh.
Well, speaking of new EV things, there's plenty of those. But this is a fun one.
I love this
fun one. Just when you thought everyone and their mother was releasing a new EV, we have another new entrant. That's right, into the space. And it's powered by, yes, grams of lithium, but also powered by Grammys, like Grammy Awards. Haitian hip-hop artist Wyclef Jean, formerly of the Fugees, launched the, quote, lightest electric supercar that can go 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds. He released this in Florida on Sunday. It's named the Addix Apex APO. That's tongue twister from a hip-hop artist, no doubt. The supercar is touted as being designed in the UK and built in the USA, and is the lightest vehicle in its class, coming in just above 2,600 pounds, which, just if you know, a Tesla Model S is almost twice that weight.
That's a big deal. If anything, it's a big deal because it says, hey, look, we might be able to produce EVs that are weighted closer. If you remember back, we've talked a lot about like trucking capacities and the ability to deliver multiple of these on trucks, weight capacities on highways. Just that's a big change. Most vehicles are in that 2,200 to 3,200 if you're talking cars and SUVs. And so this is a definite like just eye opener for the industry to go, okay, maybe that's a way we can head. I'm thinking. But it's also really just cool.
But there's also one piece of missing information. How far is the range? It's actually 2 miles. I'm just kidding.
Got him.
No, we don't know what the range is, but that's a very good point. The launch was actually, it's a really cool thing that's going on around the launch. It was in collaboration with Addix Futures Technology, which is actually a business founded by Wyclef Jean. It's not like he went and found somebody like, hey, let's make an EV and slap my name on it. He's actually created a business to promote an outlet for the community to grow and develop, focusing on actually youth involvement and innovation. So it makes a lot of sense coming from Haiti and being a Haitian. He understands the importance of involving the next generation in the future of anything and how that's so important, the continuation. So I think it's many layers deeper than just like, hey, hip hop artist, producer has a supercar and he's trying to flex. No, he's actually kind of make all the lanes go in the same direction. He did actually write a song, right? Like that features it. If you check in the show notes, maybe we'll link it up. But guess what? It's terrible, dude.
Oh, I didn't even listen to it.
It's just chew on the nose.
I'm sad.
I love Wyclef so much. Big part of my upbringing, actually. But when you put car features, just features like specs in a song, it's just too on the nose. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. 0 to 3 and 2.3. I actually think he's got. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, he's gonna be at VCon this year again. I think he was there last year, so maybe I'll have a little conversation with him about this. Yeah, you sing the car song. He's gonna be like, I don't remember that. But don't worry about the affordability issue. The official release is set for next year, and the price tag will start just above $350 a month. No, $350,000.
All the money.
Speaking of all the money,
Segue
time. That one leaned in quick. That was easy.
It was. Let's just get there. Kyle, I want to talk about this because I know Isaac, our producer, is behind the scenes getting really excited right now.
Isaac over here, he's just giddy that we brought the word Lego into the show. He's a big Lego fanatic. He's got a whole YouTube channel all about it.
I think he probably woke up. He probably woke up when I typed it into the show notes. He's probably like, I feel like something's just happened
in the ether. Right. Yes. So in the case of 90-year-old company Lego, they have grown 17 more than in 2022. Year-over-year sales increase that includes a 4% jump in profitability at a time most companies are facing declines and layoffs. Pretty wild. Just 10 years ago, Lego surpassed Mattel and Hasbro and has now doubled their sales.
Right past them.
That's incredible. And so they've linked this to a couple of things that they've done recently, which is press into e-commerce and digital interaction, as well as partnerships with other successful brands like Star Wars. So
that'll help.
You mean to tell me they've leaned into e-commerce, digital, and collaboration
and community interaction?
Okay.
And it's working. It's
definitely working. Yeah. I mean, I can tell you this, like I got kids, I got a son. There are literally Legos all over the house. If I bought them a Lego every day for the next year, they would build all of them and find a place to keep them. It is something that the young generation is without a doubt staying attached to.
No kidding.
It's a big deal.
I mean, it's easy to let your kids like, and I know that Isaac, our producer, is probably going to shake his head when we say, like, I'm watching him in the back, I'm watching him smile right now. But when you say, hey, play with Lego, right? First of all, it's not Legos, it's Lego. Just correcting myself there. Okay. Play with Lego, right? Parents feel good about that because there's critical thinking involved. There's all kinds of skills, and the digital focus is going to continue. As looking forward, they invested actually $1 billion in Epic Games, who you may not know, but may know, is the creator of the very popular Fortnite game that your kids are playing for sure. And they're planning a child-friendly version of the metaverse. So I think, like, don't let your kids play in the metaverse. Well, we're playing with Lego. So they're kind of doing that.
They're doing this cool stuff where, like, you build the thing and then you all of a sudden, like, you scan a QR code and that thing is on your phone and it's in a little ecosystem. And so, like, they're just thinking, how do we tie all these dots together, but keep kids in that, like, motor, that fine motor skills, and engage them. Like, I mean, my kids have the Moana set and they've got the Star Wars set, and they've got, like, they're going, okay, what are the people that are building this engaged and interacting with, and how do we collaborate to make that make sense? So I like you said, 90-year-old company. So auto has a lot to look at. Collaboration is key. Digital ecosystem is key. How do we as dealerships think about who do we need to collaborate with? How do we engage in a digital ecosystem that isn't just like, oh, we need, digital retailing, but the digital ecosystem, which is much broader, to attract customers to come closer to the brands that we represent.
Yeah. If I had to like sum it into one word, it's basically they're experts at recontextualization. Oof. Because the main product is the same thing. Yes. It's a plastic brick, and it stacks on the other plastic bricks, but they're constantly recontextualizing the value proposition, the way the product interacts, their technology and e-commerce. And, if you can't find some parallels in what we just said with the industry that you're in, which is why you're watching this, then you need to watch a few more episodes.
There you go. Hey,
without a doubt.
Come on now.
That's right. You need to recontextualize today. We're constantly trying to recontextualize with you. We're going to do that on April 4th in Arlington. Watch out for that. But until then, go recontextualize something mattering.